We've been speaking a lot on this show about the Albanese government's decision to put $1 billion of taxpayer funds in the PsiQuantum supercomputer deal. Now, big news today in The Australian that the Crisafulli government in Queensland is going to review their stake in this. They could even revoke their $470 million investment. Michael, there's conflict of interest in this. The involvement of Labor mates is immense. And again, there's the question of why should $1 billion of Australian taxpayer funds go into a startup when there are plenty of private equity firms around?
You know, it shouldn't, nor should they be investing up to $1 billion in solar panels, Sharri, to compete against the Chinese. I mean, good luck with that. I mean, as you say, this is the job of the private sector. This is the job of venture capital firms and private equity firms here and overseas. I mean, if you tried to ask any of those firms would they invest in these proposals, the answer would be no. If you asked any Australian whether they'd lend money, provide the debt facility to these firms, the answer would be no. This is very risky investments that government shouldn't be making, particularly at a time when the budget deficit and the Australian debt is at record levels. And of course, what they do is it's off balance sheet, so it doesn't appear in the annual profit and loss. That's how they get away with these things. But the government shouldn't be doing this. This is not the job of the government to be a venture capitalist. They're not Elon Musk after all.
I couldn't agree more. Look, the Auditor General has said that he'd consider an investigation, so hasn't launched one yet. But Richo, the links have started to come out, the spider network of Labor connections to this. The process is so flawed, the way this company had already met with Ed Husick well before any others got that sort of access. So, it is a good decision, isn't it, that the Queensland LNP is now going to review their own funding?
Yeah, this is a crook look. There's no doubt about that. No matter which way you look at it, it's ugly. And I don't know how Labor ever got this far down this track. But if ever there was a time to turn around and go back, right now is that time.
Yeah, it's going to be messy to even get out of, given, what that company, the PsiQuantum company, would have told their other shareholders, the decisions they would have made. It's going to be a very messy process from here on. All right, Michael Kroger, Graham Richardson, so great to have you as always.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharri.